All right, here we are. At least we should be. Our beautiful faces aren't showing up on the feed, but whatever. I guess that's just how things are. That's just how things are gonna go tonight. I think OBS is just being weird, and I don't know why. But we're gonna go ahead and go anyway. Nope, that didn't start it. Cool. Yeah, things just disappeared. Must be a bug. But we are in the last hour, so they can hear our lovely disembodied voices finishing up how things... Here we go.
Are we testing now?
Yeah, it's I literally have no idea how to fix this issue because the window capture just...
Are the cams on, like in OBS in the scene?
Yeah.
Like the screen captures?
No, that's the only thing that has disappeared. The window capture for Zoom. I kind of got everybody else's faces back but mine, and now mine's all screwed up. So I'm not gonna stress about it. It's the last hour, and I want to see how this whole mission pans out. So fuck it, we'll do it live. Yes. You had Flex and Karma have come in. Or Karma was already there. Flex walks into the cargo hold, and yeah, there's just this mess of wires and tubes, all surrounding and connected to this coffin-like machine sitting in the middle of the cargo hold.
I think Flex gets there just as Karma is using her best abilities and therefore going.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to attempt, unless Flex wants to stop me or was doing something when he comes in.
I think Flex comes in, sees all the wires and how complicated it is, and gets a little vertigo for a second, and just like, oh, okay, this is not my kind of problem. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, and it's probably even worse because like the vertigo from the complicated setup is offset by the vertigo from the gate opening and like reality itself kind of getting a little weird.
Right, I forgot.
Yeah,
We're
things.
about to go through the gate.
Yeah. Stuff's starting to get psychedelic.
Okay, we got two choices. We either drag that shit to our ship and get out of here, or you turn off the gate key, according to Fray.
Which would be on the bridge, right?
Most likely.
So, in our experience as spacers, do we think if we yank this coffin out of place, do we think we have the time to run it back to our ship through the corridor and let go of the Aurora Chaser, or is the jump key really the best bet?
It's man.
The odds.
So I have Unstoppable, which the other half of Unstoppable is I can perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman.
Oh, both of those are good. I mean, both options. That's a useful skill to have.
So I mean, I could try to carry this thing back to our ship.
That is true. You could.
And there's probably a cargo lift, dollies, grav plates, something that we can use to transport things. It's a smuggler ship. It handles cargo.
That's true.
But if if you have this Unstoppable, that seems like the kind of thing I would count on Flex to pull a miracle out of his hat again, or his hair, I guess.
His beautiful flowing hair.
Yes.
Then, so either way, I have to get this coffin out of here. So I'm going to use rig, I think. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Try and rig your way like to disconnecting everything
without
from the
killing
ship.
him, yeah.
Right.
And hopefully, have it, like I was saying, I was looking for whatever they used to bring him in here. There might have been a portable pack just for transfer, so he wouldn't thaw in between, wherever he was captured and this installation.
Right.
So I'm going to look for that, use rig, in which I have one dot. Going to spend the gambit, because we got them.
Because you've got a ton of them.
Mm-hmm. And can you spend more than one on it?
No, you can only spend one
That's
gambit
right.
at a time.
Okay.
If you tell me which ones aren't important, I can spend time ripping them out of this to help.
That would be
just
great.
point.
That is true.
Don't touch that one.
I think so here's the thing. I think you're at desperate standard right now. And the reason it's desperate is because anytime that you're dealing with like trying to keep somebody in like cryogenically frozen, it is a balancing act between not like murdering their cells by freezing them and like not causing all kinds of just damage. So like doing this wrong.
That's the only one not here is the doctor.
Yeah. Doing this wrong could absolutely kill the person inside the pod.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. And I think it's obvious. Like it's one of those things where like one wrong move, one bad thing pulled, and like things are going to cascade in a downward direction.
Nice. Okay. So that means no devil's bargain, right?
Yeah, I don't think so, because I think I think well, I mean, I can offer you pretty much the other like the standing devil's bargain right now. You can always take this for the one. You can take the time You can absolutely take the time to make sure you do it right, and I'm going to take one more box on that clock.
I'm sorry, I fired a rig roll without the. I double tapped.
That's fine.
Have it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Roll again. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. So
you have a help from me. I spent my stress.
and so let's go back. Desperate. Effect is standard. Yeah. Bonus die, I have one from my friend, one from the Gambit.
Yep.
And I'm not going to take a devil's bar again. It's bad enough as it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to make sure that he dies.
Yeah. I might still tick things if you fail, but it's not guaranteed.
Depending on how well I fail.
Oh, dang. The 6.
And that's another Gambit.
And yeah. Freaking scoundrels. Yeah, like things seem to have worked out well for you, because you absolutely like you're able to take things apart, rip cables out, and shut things down, and by the time that you've got it free, like all the indicator lights are still green, and like all the things that seem like they should still be cold are cold. So as far as you can tell,
Moving cargo.
yeah, for moving cargo. This is a cargo ship. It's not hard. I think that's good enough for a great effect. I think you're risky, and the risk is like, those 4 dudes that came through that came through the breach aren't the only people here. Like, somebody's still piloting the ship, and at this point, it's pretty obvious what you're coming for. Like, things have just been moving fast, and they haven't gotten to you yet.
Okay. What do I roll for carrying something? Be scramble?
Yes, scramble is kind of it's the prowl equivalent. It's
okay.
Doing physical things.
Okay. So I have a dot in scramble.
Okay.
And I pushed myself and I got help. So, and you said.
And a gamble.
Oh, and we have Gambit, so I can do that.
Gambit, yes.
So, and you said, I'm sorry, you said risky or desperate.
It's risky at great effect because you have like tools that will help you move it.
Okay.
Easily.
And I'm looking at 3 bonus dice because of the Gambit, push, and help. And a 6.
And a 6. Dang. Yeah. So Fray, I think the like the scene shifts back to Fray, like keeping an eye on Stacey Weathers, ace reporter, less ace combat specialist. And then you look up, and down the hall comes Flex, like pushing this large piece of equipment on a hand truck. And Karma, I'm assuming that you're following. Like in my head, you're both kind of running down the corridor, and like behind you, you can see the bulkhead like doors like starting to open and like people coming through. You're ahead of them. You're going to get to your ship before they come out, but they're definitely there, and they're on their way. They're behind you. What are you doing?
I'm picking up Stacey and running back to our ship.
Oh, nice. Nice. You do not have helpful tools for this, so it is also risky, and standard effect, I think.
Do I have scramble? I do not have scramble. So I think I got to use my ability again. This is.
I mean, Karma's hands are free. Karma could help you if you wanna hands and feet.
Yeah, when we reach you, I will take my side and just yank and yell, "Come on!" Which you can't hear because you don't have a set right now.
Oh, there's air in here. Like you can like once you're in proximity to each other, you can hear yelling.
Yeah, it's muffled, but
yeah. In fact, you can hear yelling coming from behind you, as they're like, there they go, fire, fire, fire.
So yeah, take one die of help.
I will take an assist.
And a gambit.
Well, we still don't have life support on our ship. Maybe we should save that for.
We don't we have like 3 gambits still?
You should have. You have 2.
Because we keep refilling.
You have 2 gambits because yours pretty much have not
Because we were at 2, and I thought we just used one for that one.
Yeah, but I rolled a new one when.
Yeah.
So it refilled.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at.
You're at 2 because Fray used one, and that one doesn't get the gambit recycling power of the scoundrel. So you were at 3, now you're at 2, and the last couple of times that the scoundrel used it, it just didn't disappear because scoundrels get to do that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, I will use one. Okay, so I pushed myself. I am getting an assist, and I'm spinning it. So that's 3 bonus dice. Only a 4.
Only a 4. All right. So Flex, because you had the momentum, and you had already rolled. You are on the Cerberus with the cargo, right? The two of you, Karma and Fray, like you've got Stacey up and in your arms, and you're making your way, but it's awkward, like the two of you carrying a body, and then like more laser fire comes down the hall.
Oh, I forgot to add.
Fray, I think like you're getting out, and like as you maneuver her through, you get just like nailed in the shoulder blade, like because you have to turn your back at some point to like maneuver her through the passageway, and you're gonna take 2 harm from a blaster to your shoulder.
Can I have come flying back in and take that hit for him?
Yeah, because what is that, defend?
Yeah.
Or
Can you protect?
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are for protect a crewmate, but I have bodyguard.
Oh, you have a special power that lets you lets you do
Resist
that.
with +1 die, and then if I take harm, I clear 1 stress.
Right. Yeah, like if you want to just like shove the thing in and run back and do it, you totally can.
Yeah. So as soon as I was like on the ship, I think he just immediately just drops it, and like turns back and bolts down the thing, and then like dives, doing that thing where you grab someone and twist to put your body in the way, so he can take the hit. Nice.
I think there's 2 consequences here, just based on the fiction. Like, I think the Karma, Fray, Stacey Weathers, like, because of the maneuvering in tight quarters and all of this going on, like, one consequence is you all are kind of going down in a pile, right? Like, on the proper side of the door. But like you can't quite stay on your feet with all of this stuff going on. The other consequence is Flex shoving himself in the way of taking enemy fire for you. So either we'll deal with Flex resisting that if you would like. You are welcome to, because I think you can just take the harm if you want
I'll just
to.
Take the harm and clear stress.
Yeah, you just be, I'll take that 2 harm hit. Nice. So yeah, like you're there, Fray and Karma, like you all are jostled into like just kind of dropping Stacey, like falling down, trying to make sure she doesn't like crack her head on the like metal floors of the ship and all of that good stuff. You're welcome to resist that if you would like. Like, do you want to try and keep your feet while Flex is now kind of in between the Cobalt Syndicate and you.
But we all did we all 4 of us fall in? Is it within the ship, or is Flex still in the corridor?
No, you've effectively switched places, right? Like like Flex had come in first and then came back to help you, but there's just so much going on in tight quarters. Like, in my head, having tried to like move like heavy awkward things, like dropping stuff is easy to do. and
did I use to try to keep my footing and help the others?
Yeah, you can. I think either of you are welcome to try and resist that, like to keep everybody upright.
It's not that I don't want to fall; it's that I don't want to make others fall.
Yeah, well, the person that can suffer the most is probably Stacey, right?
Yeah, exactly. So okay, for resist roll, I would just roll scramble as normal.
For resist, you are going to be rolling. I think this is prowess because it's a physical consequence.
Oh, okay, that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
Not the. Okay, so I take a prowess. No, that's for experience. What am I saying?
Yeah, you just click the name prowess, and it should do it. Because you'll take.
I don't think I get any bonus die.
Nope.
Oh, that means my prowess is 0, right? Because there's no experience sank in it.
You should have one point for every like
Dot of skills.
point that you have in that vertical line beneath it. So it should roll 3 dice for you. I'm looking at your character sheet right now.
And it rolled a 4.
Yep. So you take 2 stress, but you're still standing. You're still on your feet.
And I didn't send Stacey.
Yeah.
Crushed
So
on the ground.
yeah. So like the two of you carrying Stacey kind of stumble, but you manage to kind of keep yourself and Fray from going down altogether. You've still got Stacey in your hands.
Fray, you'll have so much work to do.
Right. So now there's another 2 people like trying to rush you down the hallway. What are you guys doing? What's gonna happen now?
I mean, I could shoot at these people, but do we want something? Is there something more interesting that could happen?
Didn't you have some interesting weapons?
I mean, I got Krieger.
Okay, but I was thinking, you don't have like flashbang grenades or something like that?
Oh, I mean, I could.
If you have the load left over at this point. But
I have one load left, so I could have a detonator, or...
I mean, if you step back into the ship, we can just close the door and like pull apart, and they'll just be floating in space.
Yeah, is that a possibility, or is
If you want to just book it back and like try and like disconnect and shove off super quickly, like that's absolutely a thing that you can do.
Okay.
We don't even really need to get our door closed first because, our life support's already not working anyway. So.
Right.
Also, I'm not wearing a spacesuit.
Yeah. Also, Flex is not wearing a suit.
Oh.
So I'm probably holding my breath at this point.
Yeah. You don't have 0 oxygen, by the way.
Yeah.
Right. It was just down.
And it was, but now you've equalized the oxygen
Right,
between
it's been open for a while.
Yeah, between the 2 ships. So now, like, you have more than you started with, and they have less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Okay.
would want me to I think. I'm trying to find a reason not to. Because to close the door, we still have to get to the helm, right?
No, I'm sure there's a door control near the.
Yeah, of course. So there's a door here, and it's open. But Flex, you've already damaged it from trying to cut it open earlier, right? So it's not going to make a perfect seal.
Door?
It was the door at the other end.
Right.
Has been damaged.
Right. Yeah. The airlock door to the airlock to your ship is fine.
Are we still in the tunnel then?
Yeah. That's how I'm saying it. Is like you at this point you have made your way in back into the umbilicus tunnel, and you could book it back through your own airlock and try and break away.
I think I'll lay down some cover fire then, so that they can get up, because they're trying to scramble to their feet, or I think Karma's getting everyone to their feet. So I'm gonna just fire, at these guys coming towards us.
Oh, nice. Is this a setup action?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely is a setup action.
Cool.
Can I hit the PA system while he does that to give comforting words of comfort to our opponents in the corridor?
Uh,
I want to tell them, get back to your ship or be spaced.
Oh.
oh yeah. If you want to do that as
Your cover fire is intimidation, right? Essentially, you're trying to get them to back up.
yeah, get them to keep their head down. If you want to
So
assist,
I just want to support that and.
assist the setup to try and intimidate them while he intimidates them with blaster fire.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So for a setup action, would I still roll scrap or?
Yeah. Yeah, because at least it sounds like scrap to me, right? Because you're firing weapons at them. The difference is that this will then either give the next action, the action you're trying to set up, a bonus die or an improved position when it comes time for that. What is the next action going to be, by the way? In my head, this has become a Burning Wheel link test, right? Like you're keep forcing them to keep their head down so that something else can happen. And so, is the something else like Fray getting back to the cockpit and
that is Fray's plan, is to get to the cockpit.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I think that makes sense. Buying them time to get the ship ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to roll scrap?
Yeah, I think you're at risky standard here. Because it's cover fire, but you're trading fire, right? They're shooting at you too. And you've taken harm.
Yes, so I'm at -1 die.
Yeah.
How do I put? Oh, -1. There we go. And but I have help, so I'm actually.
Yeah, but you do have help. You can still push yourself. You've got a couple of gambits.
I've only got 2 stress left to go. I can't remember if I fill in the last one, do I trauma out, or is it I fill in the last one and then if I take more I trauma out?
So I am going with how Stras.
The Band of Blades version?
Yeah, because it makes more sense to me. Is
okay.
Like that is your track is how many stress you can spend. If you go over that, that's when you.
I'm gonna save it to resist.
Okay.
In case I flub this, because I've got a lot of resist dice. So, okay, so here we go. So scrap 6.
So dang. So did you spend a gambit on that?
I did not.
Sweet.
I just have 3 scrap dice.
So you get a gambit because that was risky. Yeah.
I don't know where we're tracking those.
If it was only risky, you would get your gambit back anyway. It's only on death.
No, because you can't get it, except for the scoundrel. You can't get gambits. You can't earn new gambits when you've spent one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was only on desperate.
No, yours is. You can also get them on desperate,
okay.
even if you've spent one. So, because you're a scoundrel and you're special.
Scoundrel.
Okay. So he's got his arm out, Krieger firing wildly at these people running down the hall, backing his way towards our ship.
Nice. And then meanwhile, that gives Fray time and breathing room to hop in the pilot seat. What are you doing, Fray?
Detaching the grappling hooks and I guess I'm hitting the comm and saying, like, is Flex in the ship?
I think so. I think you said that everybody except Flex fell inside the ship.
Yeah, like
and now Flex was backing up.
Yeah, I figure Flex. It's entirely possible for you to be like firing backwards and like making a controlled retreat with your covering fire, right?
I kind of figured that I saved the stress so that I could resist being sucked into space. Rips this thing open and fails. So
Okay.
Yeah, so that's entirely possible too. Yeah. Is Flex in the ship? I think so. Might be.
Okay.
I think mostly.
I guess we're pulling away.
Okay. Disconnect everything and pull away. You get a +1D. It's still risky, right? Like there's all kinds of crap going on. There's gravitational anomalies from the gate. There's Flex like may or may not be all the way on the ship yet. Things are looking pretty rough. But he's giving you time. So I think we're at risky standard. Yeah, we're not at desperate. I don't think. I think enough things have occurred.
Yeah. I will spend a gambit.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. 6.
6. Nice. Yeah, like I think you manage to seal off the airlock before you like are able everything disconnects, and as you're pulling away, now that you have like a good visual for what's going on, like the gate powers up to full power as you're pulling back out of its pull, and the Aurora Chaser, like you see a couple of little figures go like tumbling out into the coldness of the black, because you wrecked their door, and it starts to come through, like to get pulled through the gate, and then is immediately smashed by the large frigate that was coming through the other way. As you're managing to back off and move away, and I think as we got 10 minutes. This is perfect. As our show like hits that final moment of like you know where you get to take your breath. The job's done. You've gotten what you came for, and everybody got out alive, though not uninjured. And then Fray, like in the cockpit, you see the indicator light from this ship that has come through the gate, coming the other direction. It's their hailing signal, and they a voice comes over it, comes over the comms. Unidentified vessel. This is the Nebula Rhapsody. You seem to have our property. And that's where the episode ends.
Nice.
Cool. So that's Scum and Villainy, at least as I run it, which is apparently as a complete cluster. We have 10 minutes to go. Normally, even with one shots, I like to go through the XP stuff just to do it. But we're also running out of time, I'll leave it up to you three. If you want to go through and like do the XP and kind of decompress after the session, awesome. Otherwise, we can go ahead and outro, and y'all can get sleep because people have real jobs that aren't me. So whichever one you feel like, I am good.
I'm happy to go through the experience phase. It's always interesting. Gives you a sense of where the character is going next.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
All right. Cool. Who would like to start on this? Should we start with we'll start with Fray, I think.
Sure.
All right.
So,
Let's see, can we see your character sheet? Nope, just a bio and info. Okay.
so you addressed a tough challenge with insight or compassion.
Oh. Yeah, like I think like putting yourself at risk to save Stacey Weathers, ace like
Reporter.
ace shooting target was absolutely, yeah, like that's what you do. You save people. You do the opposite of Flex. Yeah.
I unkick ass.
Right. Yeah, and like actually you did that twice because you took the time to go down and save.
A few times.
Yeah, help out Karma.
Yeah, I think so. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Yeah, I mean, it's required by one of your abilities, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, which is super cool.
Prompts it.
Because as long as you use I'm a doctor, not a whatever, like you get that one because you have to bring in the stuff.
Yep. And no vices or traumas.
That right.
No traumas yet, and we didn't vice at all, so no XP.
Yeah. No one gets XPs from vice or traumas. Cool. Sophie, would you like to go next? How did Karma?
Sure. I realized that I forgot to jot down the mark when I made this a desperate roll, but it's handy. I will be able to go back and check them all in the chat window.
That's true.
4.
there was 3 right at the very beginning, and I think
Yeah, it was
everybody made
amazing.
1. So
So mine are you would let's see 1 XP or 2 that item occurred multiple times. Okay, you address the tough challenge with charm or audacity. I'm gonna go with audacity.
yeah, that going in manually hooking up the grappling arm. That was hella rad. Also audacious.
You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Let's see. I don't think so. Let's see. A background is Draxler Raiders. Heritage is Spacers.
Yeah, I might actually argue that you did because part of the thing that you had discussed when we were making characters is that Karma and Flex were both members of Draxler's Raiders, and every time there was a situation where it was like calling for somebody to help, you kept calling for Flex even if he was not the right person for the job.
That's true.
Like you called for the person you know.
That's very true. Okay, so that would be what, the 1 XP? Okay.
Yep.
And you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
Yeah, nobody had
you
any.
get trauma.
Yeah, nobody had any
Yeah.
trauma and vices.
Didn't show
didn't
up.
come up. Although they definitely would have, had we managed to do a downtime session, since there was a lot of stress spent.
Okay.
And last but not least, Flex.
All right. You addressed a tough challenge with force or threats.
Yeah, I think you did that multiple times.
Yeah. So is that 2 XP
That
on
would
that
be
one?
that would be
or-
2 XP for shooting lots of dudes.
Yep. I shot lots of dudes. I lifted lots of things. I yelled at people. And then you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I definitely talked to my gun a lot.
You did talk to your gun. I was trying to come up with something good for your gun to say back, and I was just drawing a blank. I just kind of I didn't want the gun to be like, mm-hmm. Like, we're gonna get, mm-hmm, you shoot them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, no vices.
No vices. And then the Cerberus itself also gets XP. Let's see. Execute a successful extraction operation or capture of a bounty. Yeah, that would have gotten XP for that, definitely. You did successfully extract somebody. It was more of an extraction than a bounty. Contend with challenges above your current station. The Cobalt Syndicate is a higher tier crew than you are. So yeah, you would have gotten that. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
You could definitely develop a new reputation.
Well, I mean, do you think that that docking, forcibly docking or boarding another ship, stealing it, right as a gate to another system is being open? Is that daring?
I thought it was daring.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. That one I don't know. That's one of those XP triggers that I feel comes more and more with time as all the ties and things get developed between the characters. It's also one of my favorite things about all of the Forged in the Dark games that I've seen is watching the difference between me and us, right? How do I deal with this as opposed to how does the crew deal with these things, which is pretty rad.
So that would be 3 XPs, right?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So
Yay.
there we go. Thank you all for hanging out and playing this with me. I've been looking for an excuse to run this since I bought it, and you gave that to me, and I appreciate it.
I would say again.
Yeah, it was a fun time. This is a good game.
When you guys are interested in continuing.
I unfortunately I have a pretty full dance card.
You lucky bastard.
Most of it's real life things. I have to take my child a lot of places because it's summertime, and keeping an 8-year-old entertained is a challenge.
In a few years, they can be on the at the gaming table and.
That is absolutely true. So again, thank you. I'd like to take before we go a couple of minutes to go around the horn, give everybody a chance to talk about things that you're doing or things that you would like the find folks in the chat room to go and visit. I'm gonna go in the order I see things, which is more or less the order that we introduced ourselves in. Kurt, thank you again for playing. What would you? Is there? Haha! I'm hitting buttons that I don't mean to hit. Yeah. Well, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Kurt. He, him. I go by Kurt Potts on Twitter. You can find me at Kurt Potts. I am on a podcast and actual play channel called Pixel Scandal, which you can find twitch.tv/Pixel Scandal. And I've designed a couple games where you can find stuff from me on itch.io/Kurt Potts.
Excellent. Sophie?
I split my plugs for a big bad con, which was the recipient of the particular scholarships. Here, not the recipient, but the creator, right?
The beneficiary.
So that with the scholarship, they can bring more people, more diverse people that are in financial situations that would otherwise make it difficult to be there, and new creators and community builders, tabletop role-playing and other tabletop games. We will have we say it every year, but it's our biggest bad con. We'll definitely burst at the seams, but we're going to have fantastic games. So submit a game, join our Ranger Crew volunteers, or become a GM at Games on Demand. Those are all ways you can get a free badge, a free jump badge, and it will just be even more fun than all the other years that were amazing. It's my Christmas weekend.
It is so good. My kid took his first steps at Big Bad Con.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
I think I saw some of those steps. And on the other side, on the writing side, I do a lot of work for Evil Hat Production. We have a lot of books, including publishing, not writing or designing, but publishing Scum and Villainy. And so we have lots of very beautiful and fun books. And I hope that you will take a look at them now that you've seen what Scum and Villainy looks like. That's it.
Excellent. Bryan.
Yeah, I haven't published anything. Don't find me on the internet. I mean, you can if you want.
Please don't find me. No.
You're not going to find much. Well, I guess, I mean, if you want to find other videos of me playing role-playing games online, like, there's a fair amount of those at this point. Mostly with the Gauntlet.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Good crew.
Cool. And I am Shaun. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me here where I stream very inconsistently. Mostly I've been streaming Minecraft, although even that has not happened in a while because life. But we the Radio Free Wolf Streamathon has generated $330 so far. I'm looking at the CrowdRise page right now for the Big Bad Con scholarship. I don't know if it is something that is going to expire or keep going. But there's still an hour left in the day, and we were the last game. So if anybody is watching who has not donated, feel free to go over there. I think it's a $10 minimum donation. Like, that's just what CrowdRise does. But it does all go to the scholarship fund to help get people who deserve to be at Big Bad Con to Big Bad Con. Excuse me. And that's all we have. This has been cool. I wish I could have been around to see some of the other streams that have been going on. I poked my head in when I could. But I had a pleasure playing with the three of you. Thank you very much. We were unfortunately, we were going to have 4 players and one person couldn't make it. So I hope that they get to feeling better soon. And maybe we can set something up at a later point. 'Cause I had a good time. But in the meantime, I will see everybody later, and hopefully I will see some of you all at Big Bad Con.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. And that is me ending the stream when I find the stream button past my microphone. Okay, stopping now.